almost here.
Halloween!
What's the weather like there, by the way?
Oh, wait. I gotta turn on my fireplace. There.
Oh, cozy. Immediately
Much
felt
better.
goosies.
Very needed right now in 90 degree. Actually, you know what? It has been like in the 80s, which is like in the low 20s.
Okay. So it's been still hot as but you know, I gotta show you what it looks outside, all of you right now. This is right outside my window. That's what I have going on. Okay.
Yeah, that's
just
nice.
fall, pond,
Yeah.
red leaves everywhere.
I love that for you.
It's
I love that for you. It's so
okay,
awesome. But you know what? I was just in Canada, and I didn't mind coming back to sun again.
Yeah. Well, do you find that you're less depressed?
Yes.
Because there's
absolutely.
more sun?
Absolutely. But I need my twilight weather now, I think.
You got the vibe though. You went, you enjoyed, and it's way more twilight where you live because you have those huge trees and stuff.
Yeah. It was filmed where I live.
No, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking almost Halloween, my dude.
I know. I'm excited. Do you have something to dress up as?
I usually just dress up as Anna Green Gables because I love Anna Green Gables.
You're
but
not
I didn't
gonna
think about it this year because
what?
I'm dressing Remy as a cow.
That's adorable.
Yeah,
that's adorable. I love that. I cannot wait to see that.
Dude, we got our first smile yesterday.
Did you?
Our first like
a little gassy smile.
No, not gas anymore. Like tickle and he goes, yee! Like he's like the gas smile. I remember those. But now he's like he stares at you like deep in your soul and he's like.
It's like the most heart-melting thing in the world.
Dude, I cried like a bitch.
Absolutely. I remember I did with my nephew. I was like that is so sweet. Oh, and then he's going to start laughing and it's going to be...
Dude, he's almost 8 weeks old.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is insane. That's what, 2 months?
Yeah, that's 2 months. He's been here for 2 months. My little soul baby.
And he's gonna have his first little Halloween.
What are you dressing up as?
I'm just gonna pull up a picture for you because nobody I think watching will know. Maybe 5% of people know because I've been playing a lot of video games lately.
Okay.
So it's called The Adoring Fan from the game Oblivion, and he's just like this little guy who you can find, and he's like your biggest fan. He's just like, oh, you're awesome, and like. Bye, Azura, it's the champion. I can't even explain it. But he looks insane.
Yeah, let me see.
And so cute. I'll show you the old version and then I'll show you the remastered version. But I'm gonna have a
Do you have pointy ears and everything?
Oh yeah. Yeah. In the remastered version, which is the one that I played.
Yeah.
It's stupid phone. He just looks like a little
Chris,
I'm so excited.
So excited.
I got Caleb's grandma to like sew my outfit and stuff. She was so excited, and then Caleb's gonna be somebody else from the
Are you going trick or treating
as well? No. We're giving out candy. We do like a big Halloween here. So not at this house, but Caleb's old house that people, his friends
live in a neighborhood,
now.
Right?
Yeah, it's like in a proper suburb because we live in the middle of nowhere. Nobody comes here, but we go over there, and it's like the house to go to. So we're gonna have like a shitload of sour boys, and like we get like full candy bars. Because I remember as a kid, I would just like go to all like the nicer neighborhoods. I'd like make the hour trek to go to a nicer neighborhood to get like good candy or like.
Dude, I want to come.
Bar.
Can you imagine I catch a plane just to go to your trick or treat?
Yeah, no, you should. And then, yeah, I love it so much. And then so we just give a shitload of candy to like the kids and adults, and we'll have like hot chocolate, and it's a whole thing.
I feel like trick or treating, is it like really popular there? Because it's kind of dying here, which sucks.
No, yeah, it's really popular. At least the past couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, why is it dying?
I don't know. It just seems like not as many kids go out anymore. Also, it's always such shitty weather. You guys have good weather for trick or treating.
Yeah.
I don't think it has
unless
not
it's like
rained.
A freak storm. Yeah.
Dude, it rains every Halloween no matter what. Like the weather that we're in right now, it is raining as I speak, and this is just what it's gonna be like now until mid-November.
Mm-hmm. Do people come to your house? I'd imagine nobody. No, yeah, nobody would.
But my other house on that busiest street.
Yeah.
Nope. I had 2 trick or treaters in 10 years.
Weird. Is it because it's like kind of a sketchy area?
Well, yeah, maybe. Well, it's just, you know what it is? It's an old neighborhood.
Yeah,
My
right.
parents get a lot. They get like 1 to 200 kids, and they do the big chocolate
Oh,
bars.
wow.
So they're just like, they used
Yeah.
to do grab baggies, but they're like, screw that, big chocolate bars for everyone.
I know. Yeah, there was one year where my parents left out a bowl of candy.
Oh no.
There's always
Just
just one
took
kid
it.
that just takes all of it. There's no
Ugh.
honor. There's no honor.
This year,
There's no Halloween honor.
I have a baby. I will be using my child to collect candy for myself.
Absolutely. As you
Treat.
should. That's what they're for.
Yeah. Also, I could just wear a mask and they wouldn't even know that I'm a grown up. The poor feet.
Yeah. Like, this is my little brother.
Do my water and I will like an arrow bar. You want mint?
Did you hear? Speaking of that, I'm sorry, I'm switching gears so much.
No, I love it.
Like, apparently, a lot more kids nowadays have like that speech impediment. It's like
Really?
an epidemic right now. Yeah, and people are saying it's because of all the shows, like in different accents, like Bluey's in Australian and all this stuff. I don't know what.
So
I'm
they're
saying right
just
now,
they don't have their own language.
no.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Now I've made a habit of when I talk to my nephew, I just talk to him like this.
Like a person.
Yeah, because he calls like
Yeah.
water like wah-wah. And I'm just like,
Wah-wah.
no, that's water.
Water. Get
Water.
the T in there.
And in Spanish, it's agua. Get it
Agua.
right, motherfucker. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, seriously, I think like, obviously, but it's hard not to because they're just so cute. So you just want to be like, oh, you're so cute. But then I'm just like, am I raising, like, would I be raising a kid that's going to have a speech impediment for longer than he should?
Dude,
Shit, I don't know.
This no screen time thing is so hard because we always have the TV on. I'm like, turn it off, put in your headphones. Because apparently it makes them so dumb, which I hope not. Because like my brother's son is so smart, but all this, like he loves watching Dancing Fruit all the time. Like, have you seen Dancing Fruit?
Yes, of course.
It's like witchcraft.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Jessica pulled it out when George was really young, and he was like, and I was like,
try
oh
it
my
tonight
God.
for the first time.
But it makes sense because it's just that all they see is colors. I don't like see properly, and it's bouncing around. But yeah, I don't know. I don't.
It's not overstimulating.
I don't
though.
judge like people that do this screen. I don't know because I don't have a kid. But I don't know. I'll do my best to limit it. I think.
I'm what I strive to be half a cigarette mom, a type C mom, not type A, not type B.
Yeah,
type C. I'm gonna try my best, but I'm definitely gonna be like, yo, I gotta fold laundry. Watch the fruit.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
All right, it's a Halloween episode. We'll get into Halloween. We'll get into Halloween now.
Now, this is the history of Halloween. Of course, we all celebrate Halloween. We love eating the candy. We love doing the spooky stuff. But do we really know where Halloween has come from? So long before carved pumpkins, costume parties, and pillowcases full of candy, there was fire. Rolling hills under cold autumn skies, flames flickering high enough to touch the stars, and a world that believed in the line between life and death was about to dissolve. This was Samhain, also pronounced Samhain. See, I thought it was Samhain, but they say Samhain. How is that transforming over to that?
Well, it's Celtic, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
you look at Irish names, and they're just like Sorsha. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's weird.
Yeah. Well, the ancient Celtic festival that marked the end of the harvest and the beginning of the winter and the season of darkness. To the Celts, winter was not simply a time of cold weather. It was the time that the sun weakened, crops withered, and the spirits of the dead slipped easily into the world of the living. Samhain wasn't about fear, it was about respect.
On the night of October 31st, villagers gathered on the highest hills, lighting massive bonfires from sacred wood. They believed the flames guided friendly spirits home, ancestors returning from one final feast with their families, and warded off the darker beings that crossed through the thinning veil. People wore animal skins and crude masks made of bark and straw to blend in with the roaming spirits. If the dead couldn't tell who was human, they'd pass by harmlessly. The Druids, Celtic priests and wise people, led rituals through the night, tossing harvested grains and bones into the fire as offerings. When dawn came, families carried home a piece of the bonfire to relight their hearths, symbolizing protection for the coming year. But like all ancient customs, Samhain changed as time moved forward.
Mm-hmm. When Christianity spread across Europe, the old pagan festivals didn't disappear. They were reshaped. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III declared November 1st All Saints' Day, a day to honor saints and martyrs. The night before became All Hallows' Eve, and in the centuries that followed, the names began to merge into one word, Halloween. Still, the roots of Samhain refused to die. Villagers continued to light fires on October 31st, but now called them soul fires. They still dressed in disguises, but the meaning shifted. Some dressed as saints, others dressed as devils or ghosts to represent the battle between good and evil. People began to carve faces into turnips and potatoes, placing candles in them to scare away wandering spirits. When Irish immigrants came to America centuries later, they found the pumpkin, bigger, softer, and perfect for carving, and the modern jack-o'-lantern was born.
Even the tradition of trick-or-treating can be traced back to those early All Hallows' Eve customs. In medieval Ireland and Scotland, the poor went door-to-door on Hallowmas, November 1st, offering to pray for the souls of the dead in exchange for food, a ritual called souling, and children later took up the practice, dressing in costumes and performing songs or jokes for treats. Oh, we gotta bring that back.
Yeah, we do.
The kids gotta earn it.
They do.
Oh, I'm bringing that back this year. I'm like, do a dance. Dance, monkey, dance, and I'll give you that would be good, though.
Big bar. That would be funny.
We'll have like a Halloween talent show. By the 1800s, it was known as guising, and by the 1900s in North America, it had transformed into the trick-or-treat we know today. But Halloween wasn't always the playful holiday it's become. In the late 19th and early 20th century, it was actually chaotic. More trick than treat. Mischief ruled the night. Fences were torn down, wagons overturned, windows soaped. That's what the hell? It's like a riot. Communities eventually encouraged parties, parades, and candy handouts as a way to make Halloween safer and family-friendly, a plan that worked surprisingly well. It's better than the Purge. By the 1950s, by the 1950s, Halloween had exploded into the pop culture phenomenon it is now. Plastic masks, candy corn, monster movies, and ghosts dancing on black and orange decorations. Yet beneath the commercial glitter, that old energy of Samhain still hums quietly.
Because even now, we can feel it, that subtle shift in the air when October deepens. The way the wind sounds different. The way the nights seem heavier, full of something ancient and waiting. Halloween may have traded sacred bonfires for backyard jack-o'-lanterns, but this still honors the same feeling, that on one night a year, the world of the living and the dead overlap, and for a moment, anything feels possible. Modern Halloween is a mix of every era it passed through. The ancient firelight of Samhain glows in the flicker of our carved pumpkins. The church's All Hallows' Eve lives on in our ghosts and ghouls, and the souling traditions linger in our laughter as we move from house to house, candy in hand.
We celebrate differently. In neighborhoods instead of villages, with candy bars instead of harvest bread. I say bring the bread back, man.
Bread.
Nice homemade sourdough. So that's what I'm going to give out to the parents. Actually, that's really good. Yeah.
Cook loaves.
Do that. I'm going to cook some loaves. But the meaning hasn't disappeared. It's still about connection to those we've lost, to the changing seasons, and to the primal human thrill of being just a little bit scared while knowing we're safe. For one night, we honor the dark instead of running from it. We let our fears take shape in masks and stories and laughter, and in doing so, we tame them. The Celts believed that acknowledging the spirits of Samhain kept their world in balance. Today, we do the same, just with glow-in-the-dark skeletons, horror marathons, and the crunch of candy wrappers instead of ritual chants. I say do both.
Do both, babe.
I say do both.
Do it both. So Halloween is the ancient festival reborn. Dressed up, modernized, sugar-coated, but still whispering the same message through the rustle of autumn leaves. Remember your dead, respect the dark, and keep your fires burning.
Ooh, ominous, spooky. Spooky. I like it. I feel like, see, we've just commercialized Halloween and made it into just a money-making thing.
We've lost it. You know what?
Classic.
Okay, picture this right now. Picture, my giant fire thing in the back of my giant sacrificial pit, which if you've seen House on Eden, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine right now it's packed and ready to do a fire. Should I do that on Halloween here and invite everybody on Facebook out to come and worship the fire and plant some good vibes?
You're gonna invite the public to your home?
No, it would have to be people I know.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I think that's a fabulous idea, and I'm sad I won't be able to come.
'Cause I'll take all my crystal skulls up there.
Be fun.
Imagine that.
That's yeah, do that. That
And
sounds
everybody can
amazing.
rub the skull. Imagine that big ass skull up there.
Everybody dress up. That's a good idea. All right, next segment we're doing Am I the Asshole? Halloween edition. All right, I gathered up some stories, obviously Halloween themed, so let's get into it. First off, we have Am I the Asshole for making my daughter return a Halloween costume? We'll see. This happened in October. No shit.
No
And my daughter is still acting cold and hardly speaking to me. My daughter, female 16, works an after-school job 5 days a week. Damn, good for her. Her high school had a costume contest for Halloween. My daughter and her friends planned a group costume to enter. She went with her friends after school to buy costumes. I picked her and her friends up from the store and they showed me their costumes. My daughter spent $80 on hers. I was pissed. That's a lot of money to spend on something you're going to wear for a few hours. Is she using her own money?
Yes.
Very irresponsible use of money. Oh, so it is her own money. Okay, I'm not on board with this. I told her as much in the car. Told her it was ridiculous. I dropped her friends off and took her back to the store to return the costume and accessories. Mom.
Asshole.
Mom, she's working for her own money. She can spend it. Oh my gosh.
5 days a
Her
week too?
Yeah, that's crazy. Her friends found someone else to take her place in the group and they won the contest and a $100 Visa gift card to split. She could have made some money back. You dumb bit. Oh my gosh. My daughter came home from school on Halloween upset and she claimed she had to sit and watch while her friends had fun and she missed out on everything. I pointed out to her after splitting the gift card, it would be way less than she spent on the costume and it was only a few hours, but she didn't want to listen to reason. Yeah, because it's a bad reason.
Yeah.
Now, a month later, and she is still moody and mostly ignoring me. My ex-husband told me I made her miss out, and she works so much she missed out on a lot of stuff with her friends, and I could have let her have this. But at the end of the day, I saved her $80. No, you just saved her a really fun experience with her friends and making, what, an extra $20.
I feel like this is rage bait. I literally feel like it's rage bait.
It's crazy. I don't know. The way it's written is terribly written, so I think it is real. I just trying to teach my daughter how to be responsible with money. She could have gotten a cheap costume, especially since I should have only worn it for a few hours.
Costumes are literally so expensive. Even the shitty ones are like $50, $60 in the bag.
Yeah.
But first, your kid goes to school, is a good kid, works every single day after school, used her own money to buy it, was going to go with her friends who she misses out a lot of stuff because she's working. You're a dick. You're a big dick. You're a big asshole dick.
Big asshole, gaping asshole. There's just no saving that. I just don't. There's no like lesson behind that. It's like, yeah, you can be frugal with your money, but if it's for an experience and to have fun and then there's just so many things, I'd be like, good for you. Like, get that costume. Like,
no, exactly.
I thought this was going to go a different way. I thought it was going to be like a really inappropriate costume or something and that I'd be like, yeah, depending on the age. But no, I'm like, this is crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I'm not on board. Some of the comments say, you're the asshole. Congrats. You just strained your relationship with your daughter for $80. That wasn't ever yours. Hope it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, how much is she going to let her spend on a prom dress? Prom dresses are like $500. You only wear them for a couple hours.
Yeah, and is she gonna have to buy it herself? Like, I mean, that's fine if she has to. Some people have to do that. But yeah, I don't know.
I hate that.
You're raising a very responsible young lady.
And and you know what? You guys might not have contact when you're older because you robbed her of fun times. So I hope you feel good about yourself. Sorry, this one pissed me off, man.
I know.
That pissed me off. It put me in a mood. All right, next one. Am I the asshole for ruining thousands of kids' Halloween and not feeling bad about it? I live in a large neighborhood, about 90 houses that are considered the rich neighborhood. So our neighborhood always has been a hot spot for trick-or-treaters. We used to get about 700 to 1,000 kids a year. I've always loved getting trick-or-treaters because my kids are teens now and don't trick-or-treat anymore. But in the last 4 years, it has gotten ridiculous. There's thousands of kids and their parents flooding the streets. People with hay in their rigs carrying kids around. trampling yards, littering candy wrappers everywhere, and the amount of small children walking around by themselves is appalling. People from the neighboring town of 30,000 people take their kids to my neighborhood. I was annoyed, but I never really did anything about it until 2 years ago. My daughter tripped and broke her arm. We didn't think it was a break, but we went to the ER anyways to get it checked out, and there were so many people in the neighborhood that we couldn't get out. There were cars everywhere lining the streets, parked in people's yards. It was horrible. We had to wait until everybody left, about 1 a.m., to go to the hospital, and my daughter had to wait in pain in hours. At that point, I was done. I contacted the neighborhood community and managed to get some folks, cops mostly, to stand at the gate with a list and only let in certain people. Folks that live here, family and friends, and if you wanted to get in, you had to be close to somebody in the neighborhood. It was great. There was only about 300 kids in the neighborhood after that, and there was barely any trash, and we're doing it again this year. I recently told my sister what I had done, and she got really angry. When we were kids, we had to trick or treat in other neighborhoods because we lived in a trailer park with no other kids. She told me that I was a horrible person for ruining thousands of kids' Halloween. But honestly, I'm not too broken up about it. It was a hazard. If there was a fire or an emergency, no one would be able to get in to help. When I was a kid, there was never any cars lining the street, and the residences could get out if they wanted to. It was never dangerous. I don't think I'm in the wrong, but I've always respected my sister's opinion. Am I the asshole? But info. There was no one in the cars. They were parked in the middle of the road and the yard, so there's no way for an ambulance to get through unless every driver in that neighborhood went to their cars at the same time. My daughter is 13 in that awkward phase where she doesn't want to bother anyone for help, and she said her arm didn't hurt too bad.
Oh, at first I was like, come on. Now I'm just like, no, that's not okay.
It got too big.
It got too big. Like before, what I was saying, like I would trek there. People that are from where I live will know this mountain. It's called Eagle Mountain, and it's where all the rich people live. So I did not live on Eagle Mountain, but a lot of people weren't willing to walk up Eagle Mountain, but I was, and I'd walk up there, when we lived close by. Yeah, for like a year or like maybe 2 years. But it wasn't like that. Everybody was very respectful, and nobody, like, there was no traffic. That's crazy. Like that's not okay.
It sounds like a gated community, right? It sounds like a gated community. So usually, certain people are allowed in because it says getting to the gate. So I understand, like, at least they left it open to friends and family of people, right? Like that was better. But if you're literally parking on people's lawns and in the middle of the road, it's not, if it hasn't been designated as a place to do that, then I don't think you're that much of an asshole.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Like, I understand that. And I understand if your kid gets hurt and then you're not able to take care of your kid because of something. I get just wanting a little bit of, like, peace around Halloween, which, it shouldn't be expected that shit's gonna go down on Halloween, but often it does. Mm-hmm. Like, the reason we stopped doing Halloween was because my sister almost got hit with a firework. And then at one point, my cousin, she was like 6. This was at a different time. She got a firework caught in her arm and it blew up.
No, that
she has like 3rd-degree burns. Yeah. So yeah, at one point my mom just started taking us to the public pool, and they would have candy and we'd just swim and stuff.
Or you can like go to an apartment building.
Yeah. No, we ended up just going to the pool most years. But yeah, I don't like that. I don't like people just taking advantage of it to that degree, and littering and
not in the middle of the road
space, and that as well. Like, that's just not okay. That's not okay.
Respectful about it.
Exactly. Let's see what some of the comments say. Let's say, not the asshole. People still need to behave. The kids can still have fun. Parents just have to actually parent them now because someone else is watching. Yeah. Yeah, that's not okay. Yeah, what if instead of a broken arm, your daughter or anyone else who lived there, or anyone who was just visiting the neighborhood for festivities, had a heart attack or a stroke or anaphylactic allergy reaction? Yeah. Or any number of other contingent medical. Yeah, exactly. It could be deadly. So I get that.
Yeah.
I don't think you're the asshole.
No.
That's fair. All right, let's move on to the next. Sorry I sound so nasally. I'm still sick. It's been like 2 weeks of me being sick.
You got one of those viral guys.
Yeah, it's just like a perpetual cold.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Am I the a-hole for kicking my best friend's girl best friend out of my Halloween party because of her costume? Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. I'll cut to the chase. I, 19 female, had a Halloween party over the weekend. I invited my boyfriend, 21 male, and a bunch of our friends over, including his girl best friend. I will call her Agatha. You gave her that name because it's a weird name. My boyfriend and I had decided to dress up as Peter Pumpkin Eater. If you haven't seen the costume, the guy wears a shirt that says Peter, and the girl dresses as a pumpkin because, well, you know. Oh, you nasty little 19. Come on. Anyway,
such a 19-year-old costume.
Yeah, totally. I was pretty excited just because I thought it was funny and a cute costume. It is pretty funny. Agatha texted me the night before the party and asked what my costume was going to be. I explained the couple's costume my boyfriend and I were wearing, and she replied that she would probably just come as a sexy cat. Classic Agatha. Classic boy best, girl best friend. Fast forward.
Pick me. Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm just being a bitch. Fast forward to the night of the party. Everyone is having fun and it's a nice time. Well, it was until Agatha walked in dressed as a pumpkin. We don't like Agatha.
No, that's not a girl's girl.
That's not a girl's girl. She went over and hugged my boyfriend. The boyfriend she wants to Sorry. I swear the room went silent. I was pissed. I asked if I could speak with her privately, and we went into the bathroom. I asked why she chose that costume since she knew the details of the joint costume between me and my boyfriend and I. She said she didn't see the big deal and thought it would be a better group costume. Okay. I told her I didn't think it was funny and I would prefer that she change. I offered her a witch costume that she could borrow for the night. She turned red and started to yell that I don't get to control what she wears. I told her that she was disrespecting my relationship by insinuating that my boyfriend and her have intercourse. Yeah.
What?
She kept screaming about it. She kept screaming about how it was funny and I needed to lighten up. I ended up asking her to leave. She stormed out of the house and I returned to the party. Selena, bye.
Don't let the door hit you.
The mood had shifted and the night felt ruined. My boyfriend agrees that she crossed the line. Okay, at least he agrees. And is planning on cutting her off completely. Oh, we love a guy that steps up. But a few of our friends are saying that I was being dramatic and I should have let her stay. I guess I'm just wondering, am I the a-hole?
No.
I mean, she cut you off guard. Also, I think there's a lot more to this than just this party. And I think she's crossed the line maybe one or more than one or two times. Otherwise, I feel like
man. She wants your man.
Yeah, she likes to push buttons. She knows what she's doing, especially because of the innuendo behind the costume. I don't like it. Knowing me, I would probably just eat it, pun intended. I would probably just be like, ha, that's crazy. And then I talk about it with my
and we never talk to her
later.
Again.
Yeah. And I wouldn't make a scene probably like this. Are you in your right to do that? Yeah.
Well, alcohol's definitely involved. If I was sober, I'd be like, haha. But if I was drunk, I'd be like, you need to leave immediately.
They're 19, Selena.
Well, come on. We all know that they're drinking.
In Canada, we're allowed to drink at 19.
Yeah, in Canada. I'm in Canada.
Yeah. But also, it's 19 at a Halloween party. We can safely assume that probably could have been involved. But I don't think you're the asshole. I think this girl's the asshole. And I think you didn't need to do that necessarily. And it could have been mitigated. But I'm not mad at you for doing that. Comments say,
this is funny.
Did she not understand the joke? Quote, that was something I was considering, but she definitely understood the joke because she even said something like, oh, you'll have fun after the party with that costume, winky face, while we were texting. I was thinking about having my boyfriend talk to her, but it's completely up to him. She is his friend, and he can respond however he would like. I just found out that she's been texting him since the party, asking why I freaked out, but never texting me. Oh, then we have another comment that says, has she done things like this before? Okay, this is good. Context.
Okay.
This is the first time she's ever done anything like this. We always hug and chat when we see each other. This was extremely out of character. Okay, that's good info because I assumed that it was just a thing.
Okay, well, now I have a question because I go to crazy, been cheated on before vibe.
Yeah.
Why did you feel like she could act like this one time? Is there something that you don't know? Is this deeper than what you know? Have they talked? Do they have chemistry? Is there mystery? Have they been chatting like that? Why? Why is she so comfortable?
I know. And another question, well, the comments got right to it. Do they have a sexual history? She says, he said that nothing sexual has ever happened between them. I do trust him because he was honestly shocked when she would pull something like that since she has always treated me with kindness.
Huh.
Okay. All right. We have an update, though. We have an update, which I'm so excited about. This was posted like months later.
Oh, wow.
All right. Well, I have an update. I meant to post one a few months ago, but I really needed the time to process the events that occurred after this whole ordeal. Months?
Damn.
What? I'm glad I waited, though, because you all need to hear this one. Oh, I'm excited. Many people pointed out that my boyfriend must be sleeping with Agatha since she went absolutely bonkers for seemingly no reason. It's just weird. It feels weird.
Why was she so
like
comfortable?
She's a girl's girl, like on the surface, but then when she finally can like get it, anyway. I thought since he immediately took my side and blocked her on everything, that you were wrong. Well, it was me who was wrong. Oh
no!
It turns out Agatha and my boyfriend have been sleeping together for months. Oh, I'm so sorry. And they were just really good at hiding it until she decided that she didn't want to be his mistress anymore. And this was the breaking point for her. She was finally like doing that to get to him and just be like,
look, you have to do it. Yep.
Eat my pumpkin,
had a feeling.
bitch. Eat my pumpkin. I found this out when I was at his house and hanging out in his room. He was showering after a workout and I heard this vibrating noise. He had taken his phone and mine was right next to me, so I couldn't figure out what it was. I opened his bedside table drawer and found a second phone.
No!
Who is this guy? He's like, what, like 19? You have a second phone? What are you, Walter White? That's crazy. Selena's going to pull out a phone. Are you going to pull out? She's going to pull out her second and third phone. That's awesome.
The alarm's going off from yesterday. Whoops.
Oh my God. Second phone. My gut told me that something wasn't right. Why would he have a second phone? It didn't take me long to guess his password, 1234. Really? That's amazing. And my fears were confirmed. There was a missed call from Agatha. I looked through the messages and found out the truth. Not only had they been sleeping together, she recently found out that she was pregnant. Is this real?
No!
This was the reason she pulled the stunt on Halloween. She was trying to force his hand. That's what I'm saying. I also saw that he was messaging other girls as well. Oh, this guy is just a serial offender. I was completely devastated. After a shower, he found me grabbing all of my belongings and putting them in my bag. He asked why I was leaving, and I told him because we were finished. I threw his phone on the bed, and he looked like he was going to vomit. He started pleading me to hear him out, but I didn't want to hear it. He could have all of those other girls. I didn't want him anymore. Good for you, Queen.
Go, girl.
He followed me out of the house, shaking and crying. He even followed me all the way out to my car, trying to block my path. I went over the grass around him and didn't look back.
You go, girl. Screw that dude.
Yeah. He sent me a long message about how he never wanted to hurt me, that he wanted me back, and how he was using his work phone to text all these other women so I wouldn't find out, yada, yada. That was really helpful. I sent his boss a nice little message about how company property was being misused. Nice. And I saw on LinkedIn he no longer works for that company anymore. He is blocked on everything now. I hope him and Agatha have a magical life with their baby. Oh, I heard through the grapevine that he got one of the other women pregnant too. I'm glad I dodged that bullet. As for me, I'm currently in therapy working on my trust issues and learning how to love myself again after this situation. I have been putting myself out there again and have cut contact with anyone who knew what was happening behind my back. Thank you for all the love and support. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that, I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, did you freeze? Oh, I wonder when she froze. Selena froze. Oh, she's gone. I thought she was just really thinking hard about what was going on. She was like,
Hello again, I lost you, darling.
Oh, there we go. It was funny because your face, I finished the story and you were like...
And you just thought I was just chilling?
Like a thinking face. I'm like, oh, you're really thinking about this. And I was like, oh no, she's frozen.
She's got, yeah, you were talking and you finished and you were like...
That's funny. But yeah,
I feel so bad for her. That guy's a dick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it happened and that she's out of it before I don't know. They're not like fiance. They're not like married. You're young.
Go get it, hottie.
Just, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be just fine. And good for you for going to therapy and everything.
Get someone else to eat your pumpkin.
Yeah. Yeah, plenty of people will eat your pumpkin. You'll be all right.
And
in the comments, it's like she got STD checks and she was good and all that. And she really didn't know he had a phone. And a lot of people thought it was fake. And she gave this like whole thing about how it wasn't fake and everything. And yeah, because it sounds crazy.
It does, but it happens, dude. I believe it. I've been through that shit with weird guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's terrible.
Ugh.
All right. We got one more. I think it's short too.
Yep. Am I the asshole for getting annoyed with parents who drive their kids to affluent neighbors on Halloween? Ooh, kind of swings in like
another
the first one.
I didn't
Here we go.
realize.
But this person, it says right here, they were deemed the asshole. So let's see what this story is. Within the last year, my girlfriend moved in with me into my home in an affluent neighborhood. For the past few years, the neighbors and I have seen a growing amount of people coming to our neighborhood for Halloween. This has caused a lot of people to turn off for Halloween, which you'd think would get the crowd to lessen, but it keeps growing. I was openly annoyed with this leading up to Halloween, and my girlfriend would condemn it every time I brought it up because Halloween is all about sharing, saying it shouldn't matter whether the kids are from our neighborhood or not. She'd also point out that many of these children probably lived in bad neighborhoods where it wasn't possible to trick or treat. Not surprisingly, this year at both entrances to the neighborhood, cars lined the street. Some with out-of-state plates. I live in a suburb of a city which is just across state line. Am I the asshole for getting annoyed with parents who bring truckloads of kids to a neighborhood they don't live in? I have an idea. This is like the other one. It hasn't grown that big yet. They say that cars are lining the street, but nothing's blocking. He's not talking about garbage. So right now it's at a peaceful state. I feel like that's peaceful.
Yeah, I feel like this is okay.
Yeah, top comment though. Yep, sorry about your privilege. I get that. No, I do mess with that, but there becomes a point like, does this become purge night again, right?
Yeah. If it becomes like, you know, people are getting blocked in and it's like trashing the neighborhood, I get that. But if it's just little kids just showing up to the house, I'd be ecstatic.
Yep.
I've never lived in an affluent neighborhood.
Me neither. I've always wanted to give out candy to lots of kids though.
Me too. I'd be like, oh, this is gonna be such a fun night. Like it's gonna be awesome. So I don't know. Yeah, if stuff's not getting trashed and it's all right. I mean, that's what Halloween's for. I agree with your partner.
You know what they could always do though? Like even for the other one, put up signs. Be like, it's fine if you trick or treat here, but park, line other streets and walk over or something, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of doing it. Definitely put up signs.
If you're in a gated community, you're already paying into money. Like you're paying in. Like there are security guards. Are they not being like, no, you can't park there? Like just.
I don't think this is a gated community.
No, not this one, but for the other one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's strange how people can just get into a gate. I've never lived in a gated community, but like I thought you just couldn't enter.
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm loving this Halloween stuff though. And the next thing that we have here are famous Halloween legends, and Chris is going to start with the legend of Stingy Jack. What the heck?
The Stingy Jack, the first jack-o'-lantern. They say before the flicker of the pumpkin lights glowed on porches, there was a man named Jack, a drunkard and a trickster. He roamed the cobblestone streets of old Ireland, known for outsmarting anyone who crossed him, even the devil himself. Oh, okay. Yeah. One cold October night, Jack stumbled home from the tavern when he met a shadowy figure leaning under a dying tree. The devil had come to claim his soul, but Jack, clever as always, begged for one last drink. The devil agreed, and they went to the local pub. When it came time to pay, Jack convinced the devil to turn into a coin, just for a moment, so he could settle the bill. But when he did, Jack slipped the coin into his pocket right beside a silver cross, trapping the devil inside. Furious but helpless, the devil agreed to let Jack live 10 more years before coming back for him. 10 years later, the devil returned, and Jack, ever the con man, tricked him again. This time, he asked for an apple from a tree before dying. When the devil climbed up to fetch it, Jack carved crosses into the trunk, trapping him once more. And when Jack finally died, heaven refused him, too wicked. Hell refused him too. The devil kept his word. But he gave Jack a single ember from hell to light his way through the eternal dark. Jack hollowed out a turnip and placed the ember inside, wandering the night forever as Jack of the Lantern. Now, every Halloween, the Irish say you can still see his glow moving slowly through the fog, searching for a resting place he'll never find.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's fun.
I like that.
I do. All right, next is the Candy Lady of Texas. In the late 1800s, in a rural Texas town called Terrell, children started disappearing. Parents whispered about a woman named Clara Crane, who had murdered her abusive husband years earlier by poisoning his favorite candy.
Damn.
Kind of queen, though. After her release from the local asylum, you shouldn't kill people, but I also don't really feel bad for the guy. She vanished, but candy began appearing on windowsills through the town. Caramel squares, peppermints, toffee, each wrapped neatly in paper. And children who took the candy were never seen again. Oh. Whoa, that's not good. The sheriff who investigated went missing, his body found in a ditch with candy stuffed in his mouth and his pockets filled with sugar. Today, some say on Halloween night, if you leave a piece of candy on your window, you'll wake to find it replaced by another, hand-wrapped with your name scrawled in tiny, perfect letters.
Oh, I love that. See, if I never kill people, never be a killer, but I would make my lore so deeply intense that they'd have to make movies about it.
Yeah.
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 Did you watch the Ed Gein? Did you watch the Ed Gein stuff? I didn't.
So I made a entire video about the actual events of Ed Gein and the actual victims. I did a 1.5-hour video on that. And then I hate Ryan Murphy and everything he does, but I watched it to do a video on it, and it was hot, steaming garbage.
That's what I heard, so I haven't watched it.
Disrespectful, awful. The acting's fine, whatever, but the whole story, like I did like a false and fact thing. It was like 90% false. And there's like real people, like
inspired
Evelyn.
By.
Yeah, but you can't do that when you're doing a story about the person. You could do that, like Ed Gein inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho.
Oh, did he?
Yes. Yeah. Ed Gein inspired all of these different movies. That's okay, because you're talking about fake people inspired by a serial killer. But when you're telling the story of a serial killer and real human beings that lived and were killed by him, like creative liberties can't be taken to the extent that he did. Like he took one of the victims and just made up an entire life about her, made her into a accomplice and a murderer, which she wasn't. She's dead now, so she can't defend herself, and like her whole family's dead. And then Evelyn, who was never Ed Gein's victim, was just a girl that went missing around the area and stolen by 2 men, and they like admitted to it, but it was never proven. So she just went missing, probably killed in a horrific way. But Ryan Murphy just made that one of Ed Gein's victims and like butchered her on screen, which was Addison Rae. And then Addison Rae had the audacity to be like, yeah, there's not much information on Evelyn, so it was really fun to just like make it up. I'm like, that was a real person who was kidnapped, babysitting a 20-month-old baby. Like, there was so much. It was one of the biggest searches in Wisconsin's history. Oh no, she froze again. Or you're not
no,
frozen,
I'm here. I'm literally shocked. I'm literally shocked. I'm like,
she was kidnapped while babysitting a 20-month-old baby, and they had so much information about her. It was the biggest search for anyone, and like. The actors are just like so stupid. I was like easy on them in that video, but like in hindsight, and I actually had an actor, a very well-known actor, message me and say how much that he liked the video.
Oh, nice.
And how he's turned down projects with Ryan Murphy because he thinks he's a piece of scum on earth.
Text me who it was. I want to know.
I will. It meant a lot to me. He was just like, you do such good work, and he's like, I know Ryan, and he's just like,
is he not
garbage?
Good?
He's just exploitative. He's exploitative.
Is that who wrote American Horror Story?
Yes. Yes. And he made the Columbine shooter into this like romanticized like,
in Murder
Tate
House.
Langdon. Yeah.
Is that who that
and you know, yeah, and like to a certain degree, since it's fake, like it is inspired of something, like I'm more okay with it. But he makes like Jeffrey Dahmer and the Menendez brothers. He insinuated that the Menendez brothers had an incestual relationship, which isn't true in any way and just disgusting. Like,
why'd you put that on them? They're already like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a sick pervert, and like you just can't watch his stuff, or you can watch it, but just know that none of it's true.
Grain of salt.
Giant grain of salt. Anyway, I just went on a tangent, but I'm very passionate because I don't like like the victims' families having to relive it and then having to see.
I didn't know any of that. You go
nobody
so deep into things. You go so deep into things, and I think that's a reason why I respect you so much. Is you go so deep in all of it. Where like I go deep in some things, but I had to be interested in it. I'm a base level person because I have a lot of anxiety. But you go so deep, and I just sit here and I'm like, holy. That too.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's why I make the videos, because I know most people will watch it and they're like, oh, well, I didn't know that he
But that's not
everyone.
what happened.
And I didn't know that he like had a relationship for years. It's like, no, he didn't. He's just made all of it up.
Oh, wow.
And they said that he like had, you know, relations with the dead bodies. He never did. He never did that. He like died a virgin, and it's just anyway. It's annoying. Go watch the video if you haven't seen it. It's very interesting.
I'm literally gonna watch it. So go watch Chris's. Linked in the comments below here. Okay, go watch it. We'll share it on the Instagram page today so you can find it.
Yeah. But anyway, I've never heard of this Candy Lady of Texas, and now I want to deep dive her for this month. So I might do that. So that's because that's very interesting and horrifying.
And now here's another lady. So this is the Lady of White on Sweet Hollow Road. Sweet Hollow Road, Long Island, a dark winding strip of asphalt carved between two steep tree-lined embankments. No streetlights, no houses, just shadows. They say if you drive it on Halloween night and roll your window down and whisper, "Mary, I believe," you might see her, the Lady in White. There are dozens of versions of her story. Some say she's a newlywed killed in a car crash on her wedding night. Others say she's a young mother who lost her children in a fire and leapt from an overpass in grief. What's consistent is this. Drivers report seeing a woman in a white gown standing in the middle of the road. Sometimes she's crying, sometimes she's smiling, and sometimes she's already in your back seat when you check the rearview mirror. Local police still get calls every Halloween about a woman walking the road. They always check, but they never find her.
Interesting.
This segment is called the Halloween Files. These are true events that happened on the actual night of All Hallows Eve. And the very first one that we have here is the disappearance of Martha Moxley. What a name. That is such like...
I like it.
Yeah.
Main character.
It was the night before Halloween, known in her Connecticut town as Mischief Night. We called it Devil's Night. What did you call it?
We don't... Halloween Eve?
Are you serious?
We didn't... I've never had a... I came from a very, very Christian household. My mom didn't even like talking about Halloween. We were like, when I say I only trick-or-treated like 3 times maybe as a kid, and we just went to a pool because my mom didn't like it.
Yeah.
Because it was about the devil.
What did your mom think of House on Eden?
Oh, now she's a different human being, and now she's like all about it. I mean, she thinks it's really scary, and she doesn't like the idea of, you know, going against or making up anything in terms of the Bible or God or anything. That's why I went outside of it, and it's all like folklore mostly. Yeah. So she's fine with it.
Yeah, we called it Devil's Night, and that's the night that we went out and TP'd people's houses.
Oh, you're evil.
It's okay. Anyways, 15-year-old Martha Moxley went to a neighborhood party, laughing with her friends, toilet papering houses, and doing all the usual teenage things. She never came home. The next morning, she was found beneath a tree, gone in her yard. And she was yeeted with a golf club, okay? And the golf club had literally broken into 2, which is bananas. And this case was unsolved for decades, tangled up in wealth, privilege, and political connections because the Skakel family were the next-door neighbors to Kennedys by relation.
God, don't be near the Kennedys.
Don't be. It took 27 years before one of them, Michael, was finally convicted of her yeeting. But the conviction was overturned years later, and the mystery of who really yeeted her still lingers. I love the word yeeting. It's the only thing that I can think of that won't make the internet mad.
That's okay. We just have to be super censored on YouTube. Otherwise, they love to demonetize stuff. So we're not trying to be disrespectful in any way. We just have to change up the language.
Yeah, so this is one of the most haunting true crimes of Halloween night. Isn't that crazy?
That's awful.
Yeah.
God, that's f***ing terrible. And the next door to the Kennedys have to be the most unlucky family in all of history.
Dude, seriously, what?
Like all of them are. Well, that's crazy. That's horrible.
Yeah.
15 years old. What a monster.
You're just a baby. Just a baby.
Yeah. All right, next is the disappearance of Cindy Song in 2001. 21-year-old Penn State student Cindy Song went to a Halloween party dressed as a bunny, pink skirt, white boots, angel wings. She left around 4 a.m. and was dropped off at her apartment, but was never seen again. And her purse, false eyelashes, and phone were all left behind. No forced entry, no sign of a struggle, just gone. Years later, her case was linked to a suspected serial killer, but her body was never found. To this day, her friends leave flowers on campus every Halloween, the night she vanished in costume. Wow. Gosh, people just disappear.
Poof.
And that's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
I don't want to say I'd rather I'd rather know what happened to a loved one than to just have them be disappear and
in a basement somewhere. Like what if they're just they're still alive somewhere?
I know. That's awful.
The next we have the ghost photo of the Stanley Hotel, 2016. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, the same one that inspired The Shining. On Halloween night in 2016, a family took a guided ghost tour and snapped a few pictures on their phones. When they looked later, they saw something they had not noticed before. A small girl in old-fashioned clothing standing on the staircase, translucent, almost glowing. No child had been on the tour. No one in the photo had seen her. Paranormal investigators analyzed the image and called it one of the clearest unexplainable captures in years. It remains one of the most famous Halloween ghost photos ever taken.
Yeah, let's put that up if we have it.
Yep.
So people can see it. That's good. The ghost photos are just I love them.
I have one. I have one of my clearest ones ever. I was in this place called Cherry Hill Mansion. It looks like this dude with black hair in a black suit right in the middle as he's moving. And I'll have to find it. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't think we ever got any ghost photos.
We don't really take the photos that much. We did a little bit. Polaroid.
Yeah, we should do that more. All right, next up we have the haunted house fire in, I'm assuming 2001. It says 201, but that seems really, really far away.
Yes.
In Mississippi, a haunted attraction set up inside a mobile home caught fire on Halloween night. The owners had used candles and open flame for ambiance, but they spread fast through the building. Oh no. 15 people were injured and 2 seriously. The local fire chief later said it was chaos. People thought it was part of the show. Oh no. Since then, most haunted houses have strict fire codes and inspections, but every Halloween, inspectors still warn if you smell real smoke, don't assume it's fake.
Don't assume.
That's true. Yeah, don't.
No.
Definitely not.
Well, it's also just mischievous ass people who do dumb shit like that and light things on fire, which sucks.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Next, we have the Halloween mirror ritual, an 1800s tradition. Before horror movies, girls in Victorian England played a Halloween game where they'd walk up the stairs backwards at midnight, holding a candle and a mirror, hoping to glimpse the face of their future husband. Sometimes they claim they did, but sometimes they saw something else. A skull, a shadow, a faceless man. That little piece of folklore spread to North America and became the Bloody Mary legend we still whisper today. And that is what started a Halloween superstition.
Did you ever do the Bloody Mary?
Oh, I lived for Bloody Mary.
I
did it way too often.
Sleepovers and stuff.
Did you ever see it?
I was like, no.
Me neither.
No. But I needed to prove myself as a kid for some reason. I was like, I'll do it. Everybody was always too scared. And I was like, I'll do it. And I was just shitting my pants in there
Dude, I forget whose it was, but I know that there was a dad once who was flipping circuit breakers to scare the shit out of us.
That would be me as a mom.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Just listen to them
traumatizing
scream.
The children. Terrible. All right, next we have the murder of Carl Jackson in 1998. Carl Jackson, a 21-year-old data entry clerk in the Bronx, was driving with his girlfriend and her son when a group of teens threw eggs at his car. Classic Halloween prank. So he got out to confront them, but one of the teens pulled a gun out and shot him dead. And since then, New York police have patrolled heavily every Halloween night to stop prank-related violence, a modern echo of when Mischief Night turned deadly. Yeah, that stuff's so scary. Yeah, throwing eggs at people's car, that's not funny.
No.
It's not funny. That's like could crack a windshield and
messes
could
the
hurt
paint
someone. Messes the paint up. Come on.
Come
TPing. You can take care of that pretty easily.
It's not nice.
But burning, putting shit in a bag and burning it from somebody's front door stop. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's terrible. That's like, you did that. I know you did that. Didn't you? I never understood that because I'm like, you could light someone's house on fire or something. I don't know. But it's usually just, I guess it's just on cement. But what an evil thing. I would do that to someone I like really don't like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you did?
No, I didn't do it.
All right, last but not least, the Halloween serial killer rumor in 2022. Ooh, interesting. In Chicago, viral posts spread about a Halloween serial killer who would target women leaving bars on October 31st. Police found no evidence of any single perpetrator, but that Halloween, 4 women were found dead in unrelated attacks across the city. It was a terrifying collision of social media fear and real-world tragedy. A reminder that Halloween, for all its fun, still carries the primal edge it always has. The night when danger hides behind a mask. Oh, that's interesting as well. Oh, that's terrible. What the hell?
No. I like this Halloween episode. It's got me antsy. It's got me ready to go trick-or-treating, but not get murdered.
Yeah, I was going to be like, we're just talking about murder right now. You're like, yeah, let's eat a chocolate bar.
Yeah, got me
Selena's
hungry.
extra desensitized.
I'm going through a little bit of a manic episode, I think, is what's happening.
That's okay. Yeah, you're a mom. You're a brand new mom. Are you sleeping okay? No.
My mother-in-law stays a bit, which is really, really nice.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
when she's here, it's like I die when I go to bed. And then I just like alive in the morning.
That's good. That's good that you're able to have a little bit of help.
How are you sleeping with 10 dogs?
Yeah, I still have the 10 dogs, by the way. They're fine. They don't whine or anything. I was worried that they'd whine because the dog room is like right across from my bedroom because we have their own little room. And they're all like loose in there, but they all get along. They all sleep. All the little dogs sleep on the same, like Kevin has a big bed in there, but they all sleep on Kevin's bed. And then he sleeps on a bed like this big.
He loves the little bed.
As he just uses it as like a pillow. It's really cute. Yeah. No, they all get along really well, so I'm fine. It's just chaotic when we do
Breakfast, bathroom.
Breakfast, outside, bathroom, so much shit.
So much shit.
All the dogs shit like 1 to 3 times a day.
So it's like 20 to 60 shits a day?
It's a lot
that
of
doesn't
shit.
make sense. 20 to 30.
It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of
30
shit.
shits.
Yeah.
At least no one has diarrhea right now, and that's all that matters. Oh.
No, we have a cat with ringworm though, which I think we've talked about. And then baby's been throwing up some insane cat ball or like just cat balls. Like
she's so hairy.
Hairballs. Yeah, she's so hairy. So brushing her is like a whole ordeal.
My God.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, that sounds like a nightmare. And that brings us to our nightmare of a bedtime story.
Bedtime story. Yeah,
right.
Let's do it.
I started last time, so you have to start this time.
Okay. All right. Gina was really excited to go trick-or-treating this Halloween.
She had just moved to a new neighborhood and made a new set of friends.
There was 2 boys and 1 other girl. Jamie, Chris, and Taylor.
Go ahead. Do you have more there? No?
Oh, okay. And they all had a group costume planned.
Wait, what's the girl's name again?
Gina.
Gina was so excited to take part in this new costume. This group costume. And she had smashed her piggy bank and got all her dollar bills together so she could go to the store with them.
So they went to the store and they shuffled through all of the costumes. And they decided on just being a classic ghosts.
This was an iconic costume that also fit in with their plans for the night.
Because they didn't just want to trick or treat, they wanted to scare other trick-or-treaters.
There was woods that laid between the 2 suburban neighborhoods, and they were planning to hide among the trees of the shortcut.
So they got their costumes and they went out trick-or-treating that night. But after they got a pillowcase full of candy, they began the hunt.
The friends lined up along the trees and hid behind, giving each other thumbs up and let each other know that they were ready.
So all masked with the same white sheet with holes cut out with black eyes in its place.
I thought you were frozen. I thought you were frozen.
They all looked the exact same. So Gina and the other kids, because I forget their names now, all lined up and spread out enough that they couldn't quite see each other. But that's when Gina saw something behind her, and it was another ghost.
Slowly, she made a noise for everyone to look behind them. And when they did, they noticed the same face as theirs, poking out, but not from one tree, from all of them.
And Gina, having just watched House on Eden, said, "Hello?" Taylor? But nothing answered. Those ghost heads just stayed exactly where they were, frozen, with eyes black and wide just like theirs. But she noticed something else, that their feet, or lack thereof, weren't on the ground.
And right as she was becoming immersed in this realization, she heard a sound from the other side of the forest. She turned her head. It was her mother running at her full force, going, "Gina, how much did you spend on that costume?"
And all the ghosts disappeared because they were terrified of her mother. Because she was the local Karen, which is the scariest part of this story.
I had to, dude. I had to.
I know, that was great. I knew we were going to tie it in somewhere. I just kind of forgot about it. That was great. That was great. I like that.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. You better tell us in the comments exactly what you're going to be for Halloween. We need to know. We need to know.
Excited. All right.
Go to bed, kids.
Bye. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.